"Your Honor, I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth," the witness says to the judge and to the jury. How does the jury know whether or not this witness is really telling the truth or shading the truth? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. So now it's a civil lawsuit. One of the witnesses gets on the witness stand and swears, puts his hand on the Bible and swears to tell the truth. But now, during the course of questioning, the jury gets an opportunity to see, to watch, to listen to this particular witness give answers to these questions. Then comes cross-examination. And now there's a withering cross-examination. The witness gets tripped up, and now the defense attorney exposes certain lies. How does the jury know, by listening to a witness, after they've sworn to tell the truth with their hand on the Bible, that what they're saying is really true? Are they hooked up to a lie detector so that now they can learn whether or not this person is really telling the truth? The answer is no. There's no lie detector in civil lawsuits. So how does the jury really know whether or not a witness is lying, whether or not a witness is shading the truth, whether or not a witness is being less than truthful? The reality is that they must use their common sense. They must use their everyday abilities when talking to people, when judging, when listening to people. And it's up to the jury to form in their own mind an opinion about whether or not that particular witness is being honest and truthful. Just like when you talk to anybody else, you get a gut sense about whether or not what they're saying is true. Is what they're saying making sense? If it's not, and there are contradictions, you begin to question that person's credibility. And if they're no longer believable, then how can you believe anything else that occurs? And interestingly, at the end of the trial, the judge will usually instruct the jury on this one piece of law, which is very interesting, talking about credibility. And you know what it says? It says, listen, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you find that a witness has testified falsely about one thing, you can disregard all of his testimony. And legally, that's known as something called falsus in uno. And that's a very important concept for these jurors to consider. So how do they know whether a witness is actually lying? It all comes down to observing, listening, and making that judgment for yourself whether what they're saying actually makes sense. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit here in the state of New York. You know, I recognize you've got questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit and you've got legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, G-E-R-R-Y, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a great day.